Yes, we have an update concerning an investigation that we have been doing based on the allegation posed by an Abuja-based engineer known as Mr. Bode Popoola against his in-laws who are based in the UK, identified as Mr. Omofolarin Oshotimehin and his wife Oyindamola. Now, according to Mr. Bode Popoola, he paid Mr. Omofolarin Oshotimehin the sum of 12,250,000 naira to help him do the procurement of a certificate of sponsorship. I think the whole thing started around 2024. Until this very moment, he did not get any certificate of sponsorship. The time frame specified by Mr. Omofolarin Oshotimehin to deliver has elapsed for a long time, and a series of efforts by this particular engineer to ensure that he gets refund of his full payment proved abortive. Out of frustration and because he's helpless and having explored all measures within the family cycle to resolve this matter, and everything did not materialize as expected, we reached out to Oga journalists for a story, and we ensured that we reached out to the accused party. We heard their side of the story, and we published a final video story that accommodated the perspectives of both parties. And if you've not seen that particular video, please look at our latest videos. You would have seen it. In-laws at war, Abuja-based engineer accusing in-laws of 12 million naira CoS scam is there. You can see it, so you get the full gist of all that has transpired. But what influenced us to do this particular video story that you're watching is based on an important update that we got that we believe it is important for the public to be aware of. Now, in the course of us trying to balance the story, when we reached out to Mr. Omofolarin Oshotimehin to hear his side of the story, he said after receiving the money from Mr. Bode Popoola, he outsourced the processing of that certificate of sponsorship to a friend named Mr. Damilola Ogunosi. Now, he said he did all this while carrying along Mr. Bode Popoola. And now when we asked him that this money that you have confirmed receiving, how did you pay this Mr. Damilola Ogunosi? He said because of the sensitive nature of this particular procurement of certificate of sponsorship, they did not want to leave any paper trail. All he did was make cash payments to Mr. Damilola Ogunosi. We asked how much was paid, and he told us £6,000 was paid to Mr. Damilola Ogunosi. And when we said, so what happened after you made these payments to him? He said that Mr. Damilola Ogunosi, according to what he told him, did not also do that certificate of sponsorship himself. What he did was to outsource it to another man. Now, he said this particular man, he could not identify his name, but how he described the man was that he said this man was from Zimbabwe, and this man and Mr. Damilola Ogunosi, they both work at the same company. What is the name of this company? And ladies and gentlemen, listen to what he told us. Now, this company you are even talking about, what's the name of the company?
CoL Care. CoL Care.
Okay.
So let me give you why Dami is in this picture. Dami got his job through this particular person selling the CoS, and Dami informed me about it, and I told Dami that I don't know this person, but if you are sure this person gave it to you, this is for my in-law. Please, can you facilitate this for me and make it work out? So we carried Mr. Popoola along.
I'm sure you've heard it yourself. You said CoL Care, CoL Care in the United Kingdom. So we now went further to do our findings. We did some digging and were able to get the certificate of incorporation of CoL Care Limited. Now, this CoL Care Limited, right? This is the certificate of incorporation. If you look at it closely, you'll see that CoL Care Limited is this day incorporated under the Companies Act 2006 as a private company, that the company is limited by shares, and the situation of its registered office is in England and Wales. Given at Companies House, Cardiff on 28 August 2018. So the company is a fully registered company, but there's an important update. Now, this company, we looked at it critically and we said, who is the person behind this particular company? We did further digging and we were able to narrow our search to another document that revealed the person who is a director at this particular company. And the name of that person happens to be Mr. Colin O'Brien. Now, this Mr. Colin O'Brien, who is he? What's his occupation? And we were able to narrow down on another document that actually specified the expertise of Mr. Colin O'Brien. You can see it right here in this document that you are saying that he is a nurse. Now, while we were interviewing Mr. Bode Popoola, we remember that he mentioned that Mr. Omofolari Oshotimehin actually encouraged him to go and do some certifications within the health industry, and that he did a series of trainings and got certification because, according to Mr. Omofolari, he is going to be doing it within the care industry. So now this now fueled us to also dig further to understand the nature of this business, so we can actually link it together to know that if this company is operating within the care industry. So while we were digging further, we were able to narrow down our search on another document that actually showed us the nature of business of CoS Care Limited. Now, this is the document. You can see it. You can look at it above, CoS Care Limited. The same company number is stipulated there. Now, if you look down, you know, this incorporated on the same 28 August 2018. And if you look at the nature of business, I'll read it out. Residential care activities for learning difficulties, mental health, and substance abuse. So now, what happened to Mr. Bode Popoola's CoS that he paid 12 million naira or 12,250,000 naira to Mr. Omofolari Oshotimehin, who claimed that he actually outsourced it to a friend known as Mr. Damilola Ogunusi, who also outsourced it to a man from Zimbabwe. And also, when we asked Mr. Omofolari what was the mode of payment by Damilola, he said Damilola also paid cash. Now, when we started digging further, we now looked at it. This particular Mr. Omofolari Oshotimehin, when we asked him, when did you commence this processing for Mr. Bode Popoola, you can hear what he said.
We carried Mr. Popoola along with every detail of everything, and with further engagement and further back and forth, the UK government officially said that they are not going to allow foreigners come from Nigeria on CoS, on skilled worker visas.
This was which year?
This was either 2025. I can check it right now and let you know when.
No. I'm saying you the whole process for this CoS between you and Mr. Popoola.
The process started in October 2024, if I'm very certain. The issues rose up from January, February. That was the point that it was dragging.
Okay. Now, we did another digging to understand the status of this particular CoS Care Limited. And when we did that digging, ladies and gentlemen, we were shocked by what we discovered. And what we discovered was that this particular company called CoS Care Limited has been dissolved. You can see it here. This particular company was dissolved. You can see the company status here, dissolved. Now, what was the process to justify this particular statement that CoS Care Limited in the United Kingdom had been dissolved since 10 November 2020? What we now did was we stumbled on another document known as Application to Strike Off. You can see it here, company name, CoS Care Limited, company number, the same company number. Important notice for all interested parties. This company has applied to be struck off and dissolved. Now, if you look at this particular document, there's something tagged Declaration of Director. And what that's read, I'll read it out. I/we, as the majority of directors apply for this company to be struck off the register and declared that none of the circumstances described in section 1004 and 1005 of the Companies Act 2006, being circumstances in which the directors would otherwise be prohibited under those sections from making an application, exists in relation to the company. And if you now look further down, who signed? Authorizing company director Colin O'Brien. He made the signature on 1808 2020. So how come that this particular company, after it had been dissolved with appropriate documentation validating that position, how come that this particular company is now being used to process a certificate of sponsorship for Mr. Bode Popola in 2024, the particular period specified by Mr. Omofolari Oshotimehin? I want you to listen to what he said again concerning the time he commenced this particular processing of certificate of sponsorship, because according to him, it was disrupted by regulations by the United Kingdom.
The UK government officially said that they are not going to allow foreigners come from Nigeria on CoS, on skilled worker visas.
This was which year?
This was either 2025. I can check it right now and let you know when.
No. I'm saying the whole process for this CoS between you and Mr. Popola.
The process started in October 2024, if I'm very certain. The issues rose up from January, February. That was the point that it was dragging.
Oh, okay. So now, this solely shows the intention from the onset that it is based on the allegation as posed by the complainant that he was defrauded, because the company no longer exists years before he made the payment. And it is this same particular company that during our interview, Mr. Omofolari Oshotimehin specified that he used to process the CoS based on what his friend Mr. Damilola Ogunosi told him, because according to him, Mr. Damilola Ogunosi and the man from Zimbabwe, they are working at CoS. So now, remember I told you that to give Mr. Damilola Ogunosi a fair hearing, because we can identify the man from Zimbabwe. He said he does not know him. As a matter of fact, even if you want to reach out to the man from Zimbabwe, it is still through Mr. Damilola Ogunosi. Mr. Bode Popola has made his allegations against you and your wife. We have heard from you and your wife. As a matter of fact, his wife said the following. Now, we told him we need the number to contact Mr. Damilola Ogunosi. And truthful to his words, he sent us number. Here's the proof. Now, if you look at this closely, we strived every possibility to start chatting with Mr. Damilola Ogunosi on WhatsApp, and look at what we got to discover. When we started chatting him, you will see that he kept bouncing back, and our thinking was that probably maybe the person does not make use of WhatsApp. So what we now did was that we now sent this particular number to people who reside in the UK, and they called this number and the number was never engaging. It was not engaging at all. It was like the number is not in use. We tried two people, and the two people told us that same result. And what I did further was to now independently send that same number to Mr. Bode Popola to send it to anybody he knows in the UK to see if the number is going through, and it's the same result we got. So after confirming that, I now reached back to Mr. Omofolari Oshotimehin. Now this number you gave us, you can see the chat evidence here. This number is not going through. If you can't give us Damilola Ogunosi, and give us the man from Zimbabwe. And his response was that this particular Damilola, his number is active, but it's not always active on WhatsApp. Is active on iMessage. Am I on iMessage? I said no. And the next update we got from him was that he, Mr. Damilola Ogunosi, and the man from Zimbabwe, they've made arrangements to meet. He stated it, you can read his chat here, and that he might not be going. So it is our hope that Mr. Omofolari Oshotimehin will ensure that appropriate payment in terms of refund is made to this man who has been dejected, unhappy, pained by the fact that he entrusted you with his hard-earned money. Despite the family relations, he is alleging that you defrauded him. This story is a running story. So if there is any other updates, we are going to be updating members of the public. So please keep following, keep subscribing to our page. Till then, I remain Deji Lambo, aka